Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, dear students. Dear students, in our previous class, we have discussed the functional groups, prefix and suffix of the carbon compounds. Students, in this session, now we are going to discuss the nomenclature of organic compounds. Nomenclature of carbon compounds. Before we are going to study about the nomenclature of carbon compound, nomenclature of carbon compounds. Yes, before going to study about the nomenclature of carbon compounds, now let's recall the functional groups and its suffix and prefix. Yes, first take the functional groups of halogen. Halogens, examples of halogens: chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine. Let us take two elements of that chlorine, Cl. Formulas of halogens are ClBr. Then the suffix, the halogens can be written by using the prefix. What are the prefixes? Chloro and bromo are the prefix of halogens. Whereas next, alcohol. The functional group is alcohol. Its formula will be the alcohol formula OH, hydroxyl. The prefix it is apart from the halogen, remaining all four functional groups can be indicated by using the suffix. Suffixes can be used to name this compound. So alcohol OH, the suffix of the alcohol is OL. OL means ol. OL means ol. Next functional group will be aldehyde. Then what will be the formula of aldehyde? C double bond O, single bond H. C double bond O, single bond H. So this will be the in short form COH. So this is what the formula of aldehyde. Then what will be the suffix for aldehyde? Yes, al. Al. This is OL and this is Al. Al. Next functional group is carboketo. Let us say keto. The formula of ketone will be only the C double bond O. The property of ketone is the ketone functional group always takes place at the in between carbon chains. Or middle of the carbon compound. So this is the property of carbon. Then the functional the suffix it's used for ketone is one. Next, the fifth functional group is carboxylic acid. Then the formula of carboxylic acid is C double bond O, single bond OH, or COOH. So this is what the functional group of the formula of carboxylic acid. Then the suffix of carboxylic acid is oic acid. So this is what the functional groups and its prefixes or suffixes. Yes, dear students, from this chart, now let us study the nomenclature of carbon compounds. Yes, dear students, what are nomenclature? Nomenclature means naming of compounds. It is called as nomenclature. So first rule of nomenclature is the first rule is identify the number of carbon atoms. Count the number of carbon atoms in a carbon compounds. Yes, let's take example. For example, 3 carbon atoms are linked to each other. Then yes, Observe this compound. It is a saturated because it has single bond in between two carbon atoms. It is a saturated. Yes. How many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3 means saturated means in saturated carbon compound it has 3 carbon atoms means that is nothing but yes propane. 3 carbon atoms are there means it is a compound of propane. So this is what an example or way of finding the number of carbon atoms in each carbon compound. So this is what first rule. First rule is identify the number of carbon atoms. So next, the second rule is, second nomenclature is, yes, identify the functional group. Identify the functional group. Identify the functional group to put prefix or suffix. Let us recall this. For example, now also let us take one more example. Yes. Which compound is this? Yes, earlier we saw that propane. This compound is propane. If the propane compound is replaced by OH, OH means which functional group is this? OH is the formula of alcohol. OH is the formula of alcohol means hydroxyl group or alcohol group is replaced the hydrogen atom in a propane. So now let us try to recall, try to name this compound. So what will be the compound name is now? Yes, if the OH is replaced means yes the Chinese propane. Now count the carbon atoms 1, 2, 3. So means propane. Right, first propane. The Chinese propane. But which group is replaced here? Alcohol group is replaced. So the alcohol means OH. Now what we have to use to name this compound? We have to use the suffix. Suffix means after. So now we have to do just erase the last letter of the compound propane, that is E. Now we have to erase the letter E. Then put the suffix of alcohol is ol. So add to your. Simple step is from the propane. Now the compound name is changed. So that's why write propane, erase the last letter, that is he, then add its suffix, that is ol to your. Now the compound name is changed. What now? Propanol. Now the name of this compound is propanol. So this is what the way of naming carbon compound. When the functional group is replace the carbon compound, the name is become changed. So let us see one more example. Yes. Next example is if the carbon compound is replaced by aldehyde means aldehyde. Yes, C double bond O H. C double bond O H. So this is what identify the functional group here. So this is the functional group of aldehyde. The functional group of aldehyde is C double bond O single bond H. C double bond O single bond H. So now we have to name this compound. Means now count the carbon atoms here. How many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms are there means it is saturated. So 4 carbon atoms are there means yes, this will be the which chain? Butane chain. So which functional group is replaced? Aldehyde. Aldehyde. C double bond O single bond H means aldehyde. So the suffix is used for aldehyde is Al means now just erase E here, then put the suffix of aldehyde is Al. The name of this compound is butanol. Butanol. This is butanol carbon compound. So this is the naming of carbon compound. Next, if it's same place, if OH comes means the function, which functional group is replaced? Yes, here acid. Carboxylic acid. So here the name of the compound is, how many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means butane again, right? Butane carbon chain. Then which functional group? Carboxylic means the suffix of carboxylic acid is oic acid. So just Z, then put its suffix oic acid. Now the carbon compound, which carbon compound is this? Butanoic acid. Butanoic acid. Yes, now let us take, if in the same place bromo comes means Br comes means which type of which type of compound we can use, or which suffix or prefix we can use here now? Yes, for halogen groups we have to use prefix. For halogen only we have to use prefix. Means now write the compound 1, 2, 3 means propane. The compound name is propane. Yes, the bromo is the prefix, means we have to add before the name, that is bromo. Propane is the compound name. This is what the compound name, carbon compound. Propane is the name. If its chloro comes means here the name changes as chloro. Chloropropane. So this is what the nomenclature of carbon compound. Understood, dear students? Yes. One difference is there. Let us see the difference. If two same carbon atoms are there, that is propane. Yes, here we have same carbon compounds, that is propane. Both are same carbon compounds, propane. Here the difference, if the first carbon compound is replaced by the functional group C means, see the difference is, yes, here the ketone is always going to replace the carbon atoms in between carbon chain or middle of the carbon chain. So if in middle C double bond O is there means that will be the functional group of ketone. Now we have to add propane means erase E, then add ketone ONE. Propanol. If ordinate is replaced here there means propane, ordinate C double bond O means here it becomes C double bond O, C double bond O, single bond. It always come at last. So this is what the way of finding the nomenclature of, this is what the nomenclature of carbon compound. Understood, dear students? Yes.